Do you remember this scene from Game of Thrones? Tywin Lannister is berating one of his officers because they confused two similar sounding names and accidentally delivered sensitive information directly into the hands of the enemy. This actually kind of happened to a guy during the Revolutionary War, and the outcome for him was considerably less desirable. So, spying played a pretty significant role during the American Revolution, and both sides devised all sorts of ways to secretly communicate with themselves. The Culper spy ring famously made excellent use of codes and ciphers, mask letters, and invisible ink, but the most rudimentary method of concealing a message was just rolling it up really tight and putting it somewhere that no one's going to look, like inside the quill of a feather, which could also be easily discarded unnoticed if the situation called for it. So both sides used couriers, simply referred to as express. An express was a trusted junior officer who would travel as a courier between various units, wearing civilian clothing. When an express was captured, even though they were wearing civilian clothing, they weren't usually executed. Since they weren't actively spying, they were just acting as couriers. On October 10th, 1777, British Express Lieutenant Daniel Taylor entered Little Britain. He was carrying a message from General Henry Clinton to General John Burgoyne. Taylor approached some American soldiers, mistaking their red uniforms for British, and he told them that he had a message from General Clinton. The men thought he meant he had a message for General Clinton, since the American General James Clinton was in residence. Once Taylor realized his mistake, he was seen pulling something from his ponytail and swallowing it. Once they told the American General Clinton that, he ordered that Taylor be given an emetic. And once he was given the emetic, it produced a silver bullet from his stomach, but the instant it came back up, Taylor seized it and swallowed it again. Clinton told Taylor that he was going to drink the emetic and he was going to leave the bullet when it came out, or he was going to be hung upside down and gutted, so Taylor decided to drink the emetic. It was discovered that what he was carrying was a message concealed inside a silver musket ball that was threaded into two pieces. The message inside was not particularly significant. Now, as I said, express officers were usually not treated as spies, but the memory of the hanging of the American spy Nathan Hale was still in the back of the minds of the Americans, and the British were actively, spitefully destroying Kingston nearby, and Clinton probably thought this would be good for morale. Eventually, on October 18th, Daniel Taylor was brought out and strung up, but before the wagon could be pulled out from under him, he fainted and died.